Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to call Hefe right now. Acoustic Hookah's first road manager.
You want to bring it closer to us? Just like drag that in?
No, I think it's good.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah, it's close enough. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you his number, but I am going to type it in. So you may know how many digits are in his phone number. Which might be bad news. Alright, calling our special guest of the evening, yo.
Hello.
Jeff, how we doing, bro?
What's going on, man?
Can you hear me alright?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect, man. Hey, we appreciate your time, man, and coming on the Ohio Grown podcast.
Yep. Not a problem.
Yeah. Hey, so we wanted to ask you a few questions, man. We know you were Acoustic Hookah's first road manager, right?
No.
So, Hookahville started.
Incorrect.
Yeah,
So.
incorrect. Who was?
Correct.
Wait, wait. Correct or incorrect?
I didn't hear you. You broke up.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. Can you hear us better now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you said correct or incorrect?
Incorrect. I was never a road manager.
You were never a road manager, but you did work for the band, correct?
I was an Eagle Share member and the manager.
Ooh,
Yeah.
let's go. Okay, and so when did this journey start?
Like,
I want to say 93 maybe?
93? Yeah. The first
93.
and
the first bill was 94, right? The first hookah bill?
Correct.
Yeah.
At the farm.
Maybe 92.
Okay.
Memory's not very good
Yeah,
after all these years.
we feel you, man. We feel you. So the first hookah bill was in 94, right?
Yes, spring of '94, Memorial Day weekend.
And where did it take place at? The farm, right? This was in Fredericktown?
This is in Fredericktown, at a place that we call the farm.
Okay. Did anybody
So,
Yeah.
Well, good.
did anybody you know own the property, or was it just kind of like out there?
No, me and Dave owned the property.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Roommates? Let's go.
Yes. Yeah, me and Dave were roommates for many, many years. I mean, maybe 20 years, maybe less.
Man.
Oh, holy.
So I met Dave in I want to say 89, maybe late 88, 89.
Okay.
I had a roommate, this guy, Steve Swisher.
Okay.
Super cool guy. He's actually also the reason why I met my wife. But anyway, Steve Swisher and I were living together, and we needed a roommate. He's like, man, I know this guy. He needs needs a place to stay. But he's got 3 dogs.
Okay. Oh, what?
Right, he got 3 dogs, boy, right? And I was like, I don't give a shit, So in came Dave with his dogs, Amber, Indica, and Sativa.
Dang.
We started living together.
Was this?
And we lived together there for a couple of years. And then we moved up to, I want to say Indiana Street up in Clintonville.
Mm.
And that's where, Indiana Street, Clintonville is where hookah started.
Oh shit. Why was I
Yeah.
thinking it was the South Heidelberg area or whatever?
Well, then South Heidelberg is where they played.
Oh, okay.
First show was at the Alrosa Villa.
right. So it was in that area.
Huh?
It was in. So is it still in the same area ish?
What? Rosavilla?
Clintonville and
Clintonville is a suburb of Columbus.
Oh, okay.
Or Columbus.
Cool.
Right. It was just north of campus.
Hell yeah.
So me, Dave, and Swisher moved up there, and that's where him and Mullins came up with the name.
Yeah.
And Dan Mesner used to come over at the time,
Yeah.
hang out, play guitar, do a little sound thing in our living room. You know, there'd always be a bunch of musicians coming and going and just playing in the living room. We had a piano,
Yeah. That's
fully
so
in tune
cool.
piano,
That's cool, man.
and Steve would play, Dave would play.
Did Steve play piano?
Steve Swisher did, yeah.
Oh, Steve Swisher. Okay. Cool, man. So now.
And then he met Mullins, and Mullins came over. They'd hang out, they played songs, and they decided to start a band.
Damn.
This is all rudimentary remembering.
Yeah.
And Dave at the time had a brass hookah on our mantelpiece
Yes.
that he and his family picked up when they were in Egypt many years earlier.
Dang.
Really cool hookah, brass hookah. And so they thought about calling the band Brass Hookah and some other iterations.
Hookah.
And after many joints and bowls, they came up with Acoustic Hookah.
What a good name, though. It really sticks. At first, when I first heard it, to be honest, I don't know what I thought about it. But now it's super cool.
Yeah.
But, no, okay, so what I was going to ask was, so he came in and he was roommates with you. Was this after California?
This is after California. He came back to Ohio.
Okay.
And I want to say, I'm not really sure about this, but I want to say he came to Columbus about the same time I did. I'm from New York City.
Oh, okay.
And I got thrown out of school in New York.
What? For what? I had to ask, dude.
Just stop, man. You know, I wasn't a model student at the time.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to hit you with another question that you may be able to answer. I'm going to hit you with both of the controversial questions that you may answer or may not. Where did you get the name Hefe?
Alright, so Hefe came from my girlfriend Squeeze at the time. We're still friends. Jill Jackson, she's online. But her name is Squeeze because she gives the best Squeeze hugs. And so, we were dating at the time. And me, her, Swisher, and a bunch of other people ate some acid at the first place we were living at. Tundra used to live next door.
Tundra, what up, Tundra?
Totally crazy, yeah, man. I knew Tundra before Hookah. She lived next door. We're in the sketchiest fucking neighborhood, man. We're talking drug dealers, killers. It wasn't cool. It was right behind the Southburg.
Okay, yeah.
So we ate a bunch of acid one night, and I used to have really long, wavy hair, like a lion.
Let's go.
And my neighbor came over, another neighbor, not Tundra. He's actually in the music business today. Anyway, he came over and called me Hefe and said that was a Spanish word for Jeff.
Yeah.
And we were all just tripping our balls off. And, Squeeze was like, Hefe, that's perfect. Everyone call him Hefe from now on. That was it.
That was it.
Dang.
She'd go somewhere and she would introduce me as Hefe. And then Swisher was living with us at the time. He would say, hey, that's fucking Hefe. And that's where the name came from.
Oh, okay. Dang, that's cool because we thought we've heard some different stories. I think people were just making assumptions, which.
I would love to hear the assumptions.
Well, we'll have to go over. I heard a few, but a lot of times it was related to some of your other business ventures going on at the time.
Well, what other business ventures?
Just some
Hefe
some
running.
marijuana related ventures back in the dizzle.
Well, that is a true thing, but the name Hefe came in like 89, 90.
Right.
I want to say maybe before I met Dave.
Oh, that's
Maybe
cool.
not. He might have been living there at the time. I don't remember him there tripping with us though.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you a deadhead?
Yes.
Cool. I noticed there's like a split in like not a split, but I've noticed that there's like this like there's this like influence of different groups, and like sometimes people come in through like the Metallica door, and sometimes people come in through like the Grateful Dead door. A lot of us like the Allman Brothers, but I do know that not all of us are Deadheads, which makes this group a little bit more unique than a lot of the jam bands that I've followed in the past.
Yeah. It's a pretty eclectic group.
Yeah.
You know, when I came into Columbus, there was a pretty good hippie scene going on.
Nice.
And I didn't really become a Deadhead till I came to Columbus.
Okay.
And you saw my picture of me in college.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a real thing. I went off to Europe, came to Columbus.
Hippied out.
Actually met guys in Columbus. I actually met guys in Europe from Columbus, which is how I wound up in Columbus.
Oh.
And then started following Dead, met Swisher. There was a really cool hippie scene going on with Squeeze. So the guy Mark Habanero, Local Color, Supplication. Strangely enough, great music. You know, and it just little by little, certain parts and pieces. You know, just started like collecting around a magnet, kind of.
Yeah, a scene kind of building, and now it really is. It's got its own name and shit. People talk about it. It's the Columbus Jam scene. I mean, you guys literally lived on the street that started all that shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty
Without a
crazy.
doubt. And when Dave brought in, Mullins, he left the Local Color, brought in Mullins. Him and Mullins were playing like open mic nights. That's how they met. Swisher, I believe, went to high school with John Mullins. That's how fucking crazy the universe is in this world.
Yeah.
Swisher went to high school with John Mullins.
Wow.
But they didn't know.
I became roommates with Steve Swisher without ever meeting John Mullins. I didn't even know what the fuck he was.
Right.
Swisher became friends with Dave Katz through the hippie scene, introduced us. The three of us became roommates forever. And then Dave met John Mullins in open mic nights at different bars.
Oh, so a different portal.
Right, and so they started playing together, and they decided to form a band. Steve Fry, your first drummer,
Yeah.
was in Supplication, I believe. No, strangely enough, he was out in New Orleans living on the street playing percussion with a three-piece street band.
Oh shit.
Damn.
And right as all this is going on or starting to happen, he moved back into town.
Damn. Oh, so he literally just got there right in time.
Yeah, and they knew him from the music scene somehow, or John did. He's like, so Steve would go out to the open mic nights and play some percussion and drums, and so he decided, he started with the band.
So what happened to Steve Fry?
Huh?
What happened to Steve Fry? Like, his departure.
I never got an explanation from him. But just as the band came together, it was really coming together about a year, 2 years into it, he decided he didn't want to do it anymore.
Damn. No.
No reason. I think he just didn't want to go on the road. He knew what was coming.
Yeah. Wow. Damn, dude.
Here's the crazy part. Steve is from Fredericktown, Ohio.
For real?
For real, man. property without ever telling Steve Fry.
Damn, that's
I didn't know where
crazy.
he was from.
But did you know he lived there?
No,
I
after he bought the property.
feel it. Damn, that's crazy. Does
So
any?
we were selling pot to a guy from around Fredericktown.
Hell yeah.
Dave didn't want to pay rent. Dave was like, I don't want to pay rent anymore. I won't live in the city anymore. You know, let's go fucking move the country, man. Let's go figure it out.
What?
And so this guy Barry, who we were, you know, selling and swinging to, he brought us up here. He's like, hey man, I got some property, and I want you to buy, you know, some property for me. Well, he was fucking nuts. But we weren't going to buy anything from him, but we liked the area. We're like, oh, it's 1 hour out of Columbus, you know. We went to the local realtor, found this place.
Oh.
That's Dave, I'll call him back later. But we found this place, went back to Columbus.
Yay.
Steve Fry was like, hey, you know, did you find anything? We're like, yeah, man, we found this place in Fredericktown. Steve was like, no fucking way. I was born and raised in Fredericktown.
What?
I'm serious.
Damn, that's
But
crazy.
he's from Fredericktown, Ohio.
Damn. Yeah, that's like destiny almost.
Yeah.
We had a similar situation happen with New Society. Like they just moved. One of these hip hop groups we're working with just randomly moved. Their mom lived in Stowe, and they just like moved here. It's just like crazy.
Right, it's kind of crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes the universe just does its thing.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
don't realize it did its thing until, you know, years later.
Yeah.
So
It's really crazy. The Fredericktown connection is really crazy.
yeah, no, that's wild. That's wild as fuck. So what was tour life like with Acoustic Kuka? I mean, you were with the band when they were traveling out of the country and out of the state, right? I mean, going to different places.
Yes, but I didn't travel.
You didn't travel?
I wasn't the production manager. I was the manager.
Okay. Did you ever
No.
go?
I went on some trips with them, but I didn't go on the road with them.
Right. I don't necessarily know if we did.
I had other responsibilities.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, so, like, what were, like, some of the venues, like, if you did go on a trip, what were some of the venues, like, when you're talking West Coast or out of the country? Were they,
Well, I put on the Amsterdam shows and the Jamaica shows.
oh, I bet you did.
And I went out to Colorado with them.
Yeah.
And I did some in like St. Louis market and Chicago.
We're
I
curious,
didn't go to California.
I was gonna say, we're curious about the Whiskey A Go-Go. How did that come about?
No idea, that wasn't me. Oh, no, that was from our agent.
Oh, for real? Damn.
Yeah.
That's so cool. The Whiskey A Go-Go, I mean, it's just legendary.
Hold on a second, let my fucking dog in.
Oh, no, I feel it, man.
Is it still recording?
Whenever you gotta shoot us the boot, you can, man. We're just gonna keep asking you questions for hours. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you, then, before we wrap things. Oh wait, he's not. Are you present?
No, he's letting me know.
I'm here.
Okay. Hell yeah, what up, playa?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Hey, so we wanted to ask you about the David Crosby incident, because I know that there's a lot of talk about what went on that day, and I know that he wasn't that happy leaving, and we kind of wanted to know some of the things that led up to, like, the incident in the first
Why
place.
are you so mad?
Why was he so mad?
Because David Crosby's a douche canoe.
What? Dude, he's a legend.
That's what.
Alright, here's the story.
Okay.
Our sound engineer and front of house engineer at the time, this is at Hookahville, was this guy Bill Gorski.
Okay.
And we were always really good about keeping our stage times on time.
Yeah. Got it.
If we say the band is playing from, 2 to 4, that's it. It's 2 to 4. Half hour, hour later, whatever the next act is, it started.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It was at had a tour manager, we had a production manager, we had a festival manager. We, they knew that their time slot was, let's just say, 2 to 4. That's it.
Okay.
So he ran over 1 song, 2 songs, 3 songs.
Jesus.
Horsky's freaking out. He's calling up the stage, talking to their fucking tour manager. Hey, you gotta be done. You gotta be done. We're gonna be late. We're gonna be late. You gotta be done. And he's like, okay, one more song. Okay, one more song. And so finally, Horsky, is like, what do I fucking do? I was like, turn off their fucking power, man.
Oh shit.
Oh.
You did it?
Well, me and Bill did it.
Oh no.
Damn.
Y'all are crazy.
So he was like a half hour over.
I don't blame you, but damn,
awesome.
who was gonna be the one to
We
do
let
it?
him. So we let him. All right. So wait a second. So we let him go that extra half hour, whatever it was, whatever,
Yeah.
because he's David Crosby.
Right,
You know?
of course.
Anyone else would have been kicked off the stage after the first fucking
2 minutes,
10
yeah.
minutes over. So we let him go. We let him do his thing, and he just became a dick on stage. Flipping the finger off in front of house, and Bill was trying to give him audio cues to get the fuck off stage. Motherfucker, we're done here. You're really late. This isn't just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You're really fucking late. You're gonna screw everything up.
Right.
No respect for the festival, none whatsoever.
Yeah.
So he gets off stage, and he says he wants to talk to the fucking promoter, which is me. Everyone's backstage. Our agent's there, Neil. Our festival manager was there. Dave Katz is there. Eric Lanes is there. Fucking Crosby's just flipping out. I'm F.A. What can I do for you? And he fucking cursed me out like a sailor.
Oh shit.
I kid you not. David Crosby knows every curse word and every iteration of a curse words there is known to mankind.
Jeez.
And he just laid it out, We're just like, well, I'm sorry, you're late. Well, he tried to. It's David Crosby. What do you know?
Did he
Fucking
try to
legend.
establish a reason on why he did it, or was he just more like, I'm David fucking Crosby, you don't cut my power?
He was. I'm David fucking Crosby. How dare you?
Oh shit. That's you
That was
got
his.
you gotta expect
his
it from them
attitude.
guys.
Fuck you, fuck this, fuck that motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking kick your ass up, fuck you.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking going off, dude. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Me and the agent laughed for quite a while.
Yeah, no,
Long
for
after
sure.
because he fucking went off.
One thing I
I'm
will
trying to be as nice as possible because it's David Crosby. The legend. You finally got him to play your festival. You gotta be nice to the guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
David Crosby's like fucking, you gotta be nice to Neil Young. It's Neil fucking Young.
Especially since you're in front of the band too.
He was such a dick. And then his son came over about an hour later and fucking apologized. Like, I am so sorry for that.
Oh,
You have such a great
damn.
thing you got going on. We'd love to come back. So sorry for my dad. Really apologetic, because
Yeah.
Crosby was out of line.
Yeah, for sure.
Across the board. And I remember Dave Katz, Katz telling me afterwards, he's like, this isn't a fucking Crosby festival. This is our festival.
Yeah, for sure.
We had every right to do that. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. He's like, you should have fucking told me to get the fuck out of here. It's like, dude, it's David Crosby.
It's like, Dave, why don't you do
I
it?
think Katz was pretty pissed about it too. He was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know? You're a 40-year music veteran. You know how this goes.
Yeah.
You have a time slot. You would, and don't be a douche about it.
Yeah. I think the
And he
thing.
was. I mean, he was.
I think the thing about those old school hippies is they're a lot different than we think they are. I mean, their generation was a lot more different in the hippie scene than the younger ones because I mean they were the ones burning down the ROTC
Crosby
building and.
Listen, Crosby was a pampered fucking musician. all his
Yeah,
life.
that sucks. That sucks. I hate that. I don't want to hear that. No.
I mean, that's true though. No, I mean,
Yeah.
he hit it big young.
You're
He's
right.
David fucking Crosby. Crosby, Stills and Nash. CSNY.
Yeah.
His own solo projects. Had given sperm to whatever her baby is. Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
got the best liver transplant in the planet.
Yeah, damn. I heard like Neil Young did something similar at Woodstock or whatever. He like flipped out on a cameraman, and like they didn't put him in, so that's why he's not in any of the footage. And like if you hear them announce it, they'll cut it off. They'll be like Crosby, Stills, Nash, and then they cut it off. Like, but you can still hear "and" like a little bit. But yeah, no, I heard him say it in an interview. They must all be dickheads, man, because they break up like every other. I always thought it was Steven Stills. Does he not look like he would be the dick in the group? It could have been David Crosby.
You know, he was just a dick. I mean, he really was.
I heard that.
He caused that issue. He caused that issue himself, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, and you
No
gotta
doubt.
back up your house engineer.
No doubt.
You got, you know,
Yeah.
and Bill Horsky was doing his fucking job. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
he was very good at his job at the time.
I'm wondering if he loved your crowd. I'm wondering if he loved the hookah heads so much that he just wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, it was a good crowd.
But you're right,
It was
100%. And honestly, I respect that what you said, because you said that a lot of festivals weren't, and they were pissing around on times and shit. And I bet that could be kind of annoying.
Right, you know, and at the time,
Yeah.
you know, whatever it is at the time, it's still good money you're paying, and you want to go see this band at 5 o'clock, you know, maybe you got to fucking leave at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. You know, we had
Yeah.
people coming just to see certain bands sometimes,
For sure.
you know, and
I've seen that.
that was at that time period in the production world, that was a big complaint, that, you know, festivals just were fucking late, they didn't give a shit about time, you know, because there were a lot of young fledgling festivals starting up around the same time.
Disrespect.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're supposed to start at 7, and all of a sudden it's 9 o'clock, and no one's on stage. You know, shit like that. So
Yeah.
we try to run a professional, top-notch ship, and one of the things about being professional is you got to be on time.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you tell the next band, show up, you're starting at 6 o'clock, they're ready to go at 6 o'clock.
Right.
You know, and that you're not like, oh, sorry, dude, we're a half hour, 45 minutes late. Sorry, you didn't get your sleep in, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, not at a festival. You can't do that shit.
No, you just don't, anytime, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
it's...
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean,
the
yeah.
band and musician's time as well, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And like especially those bigger venues where like people have to be paid, like employees have to be paid an extra hour on the hour. Like I know Blossom shows.
And
if
we'd
you
have
go
people
over.
flying into the festival at the time to play the festival. You know, so
Yeah.
they went out of their way to leave their fucking wherever they're coming from, flying in. You know, we went out of our way to get drivers or pickups or whatever, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So everyone's on time, and now all of a sudden the stage is behind time. That's not cool.
No, not at all. And he was okay. So I'm assuming he was in the afternoon.
He was. It was daylight.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, that makes
I
sense.
don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember the lineup, you know.
Do you think
He
they?
seemed like a good mood beforehand because he was taking pictures with some of our staff members and, you know, hanging out and being, you know, greeting the crowd, and
He was getting ready to.
thought he was, right, maybe he thought that his time slot was, you know, it was the best he's had in 20 years.
No.
Kidding, man. I mean, it was a really good crowd for him and a really good show. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
You know, you're on a
and
beautiful
who-
stage with top of the line production of the time.
Yeah.
You know, you have a great front of house engineer. We had a full blown monitor engineer and monitor station. I mean, it was a top of the line production.
Yeah.
So you, as the top of the line musician, show up, you're gonna get exactly what you need, and you're gonna be able to perform at your best.
Yeah. And it's like you're
That's
getting
what we
paid.
did.
Like, why go? Like, why do you want to go over? Yeah. Like, I agree with what you're saying. I think I hate the fact that rock and rollers sometimes just want to be a dick to be a dick, because it's like you're getting paid. It's like, why don't you just get the fuck off the stage and go home so we can go on with our festival?
It was probably the first time Crosby got a Woody in years.
Yeah, probably. That's funny.
You know.
So-
It was not a rinky-dink production. That was a fucking top of the line stage, top of the line sound, top of the line lighting rig,
Yeah.
top of the line monitor engineer at the time. Same with our front of house engineer. You know, a team, a staff, professional staff of people to move your shit on stage, light and line check you, do everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Crosby. Okay, come over here, Mr. Crosby. You know, I mean,
Mr. Guys. Yeah.
no, it was highly disrespectful, honestly.
Yeah, no, that sucks, man.
But
No, we wanted to get to
Now, if it happened now, I would tell him to kiss my ass, get off my fucking property.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you know, when you're 35 and it's David Crosby, you're like, fuck, I'll suck your dick. I don't know what to tell you.
Agreed, my man. Agreed. Hey, okay, so another one. Okay, because you had mentioned, and I know that Hookahville was one of the earlier festivals in the game, especially the semi-annual festivals. Another festival that I know was going strong for a long time, and you may not know a lot about this, and we could change the subject quick if you don't, but from Connecticut, we just heard when we were on the East Coast tour, Max Creek, they've had a big festival that goes on in Connecticut for almost as long as Hookahville, right?
Yes. I forgot the name of it.
Strange
I have a
Creek.
name to it.
Strange Creek, is that right?
Something
Like that.
What is it?
Strange Creek, maybe, or something like that. I don't know.
No. No. But they were good. We've had them.
Yeah.
I want to say they started right after us.
Okay.
And I want to say, you know, gotta check my memory, but I want to say that we had them at a Ville.
Yeah, I think it was vice versa.
They liked what we were doing, and so they went and started their own.
Oh, okay.
Good for them.
There's some
Yeah,
good
good for them.
those.
Yeah.
You know, never a competitor.
No.
Max Creek is being really nice guys and very amicable to work with.
Okay, so for where you said competitor or whatever, I heard some things. Oh wait, were you around? Were you around during the George Clinton show?
I booked George Clinton.
Oh, genius! How was that show?
Do you not read the fucking internet?
That's what we're doing now.
We're doing it right now.
I'm just giving you shit. No, so yeah, we booked George Clinton. Yeah.
Dang.
The booking agent for, I don't know, it was like 20 grand, 30 grand, whatever it was.
Damn.
But he said, hey, you could book George Clinton Parliament. We can't guarantee George Clinton will show up.
Of course.
Yeah, we're like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you know, sometimes George booked for a show and George just doesn't show up. Parliament will be there. There's no problem. You just can't guarantee George. So I was like, okay, is it any cheaper without George? Like, no, it's the same cost. It was $30,000.
30.
Hotels and all that bullshit that goes on with it.
Yeah, for sure.
And so yeah, the fucking, you know, George showed up, and the band showed up, and like 20 other fucking people showed up.
Yeah, I've heard they do that.
One of the biggest entourages we've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
They
awesome.
fucking slayed it, man.
Yeah.
They slayed it. They were just fucking on. I mean, George is fucking smoking crack on stage.
Oh, fuck.
And we're all fucking hippies. We smoke marijuana on stage.
Yeah.
We're all like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're crazy. I heard they said in this documentary I was watching that they would have a huge they would have like 3 pots of coffee on in the back, and they would smoke it and then drink like coffee and then go on stage. And they were like, their shows were so explosive. I've watched like videos of like the Mothership Connection tour. I've never seen a band that's just so like soulful and yet so funky at the same time. And you got
They're one of my favorites.
and you got at least in the original lineup, and I don't know what, because I know they had the P-Funk All-Stars and all that kind of stuff, but they had the horn section from the JBs in there as well, and I mean, technically they had Sly on that tour with them, so it was like a super group almost, which is kind of cool.
And the horn section from the JBs is fucking amazing.
Yeah. I know, the best horn section you could get. So, like, it was sick. He's a partier. I got to see him for free at the Quicken Loans Arena with Kid Cudi one time. But I got into his albums, like, in more recent years when, like, we started making this cartoon for our music and stuff. And I saw that he played Hookahville and always wanted to ask somebody. What about
Yeah, no, he was totally. I mean, the whole band was totally cool.
What's the okay? What's
They
your
they partied in their own way,
yeah?
and it was all good.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know?
No, and the hookah heads are definitely the type of crowd to absorb it well. Did you watch
They
Dumpster?
loved him.
Yeah, for sure. Did you watch Dumpster Funk this past spring?
No.
Oh man, that's Ivan Neville, and like I think his nephew or something like that. Ivan's Aaron's son, but like he's still. I mean, damn, I don't know how
Yeah,
old
well,
Aaron has.
we had
to
the
be.
Neville brothers.
Yeah, and I seen that, and I love the Neville brothers. Huge fan. I love that fucking New Orleans sound. It's sick.
So they got done playing, and they seriously like, all right, where's the party, guys? And they ate a bunch of acid.
What?
Yeah, man, they ate a bunch of acid and got lost in the campground.
No way.
I want to say like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, their manager is ringing everyone in our staff. I mean, you know, just ringing people, trying to get someone to answer the phone at 6 o'clock in the morning. Where's the fucking band? They're supposed to be on a plane. They're supposed to be on a plane. We're like,
Yes.
I don't know, man. They're fucking in the campground somewhere. I don't know what to tell you. We can't find them.
Damn, that's so awesome. Fucking.
Yeah, they got lost in the campground, tripping their balls off. Had a great time.
Oh, that's so sick. Okay, so who's your favorite band that you ever booked? Other than acoustic, I mean, like that at Hookahville.
I don't know, dude. That's a hard one. There's been so many,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Long list.
you know, Ricky Skaggs.
I've heard a lot of people say Ricky Skaggs was awesome.
Just a great show, great showman, polished, the most polite, kindest, nicest guy you could ever meet. I mean, fucking just incredible.
04, right?
You know, and all the bluegrass acts were that way. They were just the nicest fucking people. Never cursed a word. Their boots were always shined. They always had ties on. They
That's
were just
cool.
the nicest, most talented. I mean, they were just great.
They're like
Best show
showmen
I
too.
would have to say would be Rat Dog.
Oh, yeah.
I would have to say that would be it. It was also one of the most stressful shows ever.
For real.
I would say that would be number 2 in the stress rank.
Really?
We almost lost. Yeah, because we had someone almost die,
Oh, that's not cool.
and that was a tough situation right there, man. So there was a helicopter. I think it was the first one, '99. There's the helicopter that landed, and everyone swore that was Bob Weir coming in on a helicopter, and that was Life Flight picking up the fucking kid.
Oh man. Yeah. We.
I want to say the only thing that saved that kid was the fact that we as a festival production team had our shit together and had the resources there to deal with this type of situation.
Oh, I was gonna say that sounds like a lot more than some of these bigger festivals that have happened in more recent years that have had trouble.
That's the only reason why the kid didn't die.
Yeah.
This kid ate some bad acid or too much acid or something.
Oof.
Flipped out. Got
Okay.
into the VIP area somehow, and security didn't stop him. The lawyer for Buckeye Lake at the time was leaving the venue out the back gate. The kid jumped on the back of the car, freaking out on acid, right? So here's this fucking 60-year-old, you know, fucking lawyer from Columbus with his wife in a car. He freaked out, gets to the road, nails it, kid flies off the back of the car, flipped his head open on the pavement.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Well, we were lucky enough. We had Ohio State Patrol there. We had the Sheriff's Department there. We had advanced medical teams. We had an ambulance there on site already. So
Okay.
within, 2 minutes, there was a huge fucking response.
That's
You know,
awesome.
State Highway Patrol shut down the roads.
Oh,
Found the
that's
clearing
great.
for the fucking helicopter. Sheriff's Department dealt with crowd control. Our AMTs and ambulance were already there administering to him, giving him critical care. you know, it was, yeah, man.
That's crazy
That was
to me.
that was a tough one. And then, you know, so here you are, about, you know, Bob Weir's about to go on fucking stage. You got all this shit going. You got 20,000 people here.
Yeah.
You know, shit's going down.
I heard he had to borrow Ed's shorts.
He did.
Yeah. Does anybody know
Yeah, he
why?
did. And he had to borrow Ed's shorts and a ton of Percocets.
Jesus. They always leave out these little parts.
Yeah, his tour manager came up, who's a super nice guy. We worked with him we worked with him like 4 times total over the years. Nice guy. And he was like, hey, you know, he's like, hey, you know, I don't know how to ask you this, but Bob hurt his back. It's really killing him. He left his painkillers back home. You know, is there anything you can help us with?
Damn, yeah, I heard the Grateful Dead doesn't travel with anything because they have them at their destinations or whatever.
Well, they know who they are.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, you know how we talk about bumper stickers? It's like they are a bumper sticker, like themselves.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So we got him what he was asking for, and he went on and played.
Hey, man, that's a great manager right there. Legendary. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta take care of your guests.
That's right, man. Well, and I've heard Dave talk about that in interviews where he said one thing that sticks out about Hookahville is the good reputation you guys have with other agents in the industry. He mentioned...
If you were getting booked at Hookahville, or you were talking to an agent and you were considering Hookahville, they knew that their artists would be taken care of, from accommodations to catering to production. If you said you wanted a fucking 1972 Hammond B3 version 2, you know, with a chopped leg on the left side, we'd get that for you.
Oh.
Damn.
Damn.
If you said you like brisket or whatever, we wouldn't put that in a rider, but we would do our best to get it for you.
Yeah.
Make sure that you were well fed, you
That's
had
fine.
drinks, you know, anything you needed. You forgot something, we'll get it for you. And that the production was top notch. So when you came on stage, you were treated like a professional musician. Didn't matter who you were.
Yeah, for sure.
You were treated like a professional musician, and you had people, you know, making sure your line check was good, and this is good. Oh, you don't like that mic? They got you another mic, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so little by little, the artists would come back and they'd be like, hey, how was the show? Oh, it was great, man. They fucking took care of us. It was a great stage, great production.
That's cool,
So the
man.
word got out. Yeah, people, you know, we got some bands because of that. You know, we were competing against other shows maybe at the time, and you know, they'd be like, well, I know if I go here, they're gonna get really taken care of. I'm gonna look like a really good agent. Versus going here, or maybe they'll be on time, maybe they won't, maybe they'll have that piece of gear, maybe they won't.
Right.
You know, maybe the fucking guys will be on drugs. You know, you came to Hookahville,
You got
everyone's
it.
just stoned.
Yeah, no, for
And
sure.
doing their job really well, you know.
Yeah.
And it became such a good show that other professionals wanted to come around and be associated with the show as well.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I dig
Which
that.
is kind of how we got Chris Kuroda to be the lighting designer for quite a few years.
Yeah, it was for that year that we were talking about, George Clinton, right? It says,
I believe so.
yeah, I think it said lighting by Chris Kuroda.
Yeah. And so Ed met him. Actually, we got him through Ed. Ed met him at like a couple of Fish shows, and they became kind of friendly. You know, Ed's a very personable guy, and they became friendly. And you know, he kind of talked him into checking out Hookahville,
Yeah.
and he did. And he was like, "Wow, this is fucking really cool."